We're clearly in a backstage area in a poshed out trailer doing this interview before the My Morning Jacket set at Memphis. I'm Ryan Pickett. I'm a front of house engineer for My Morning Jacket. I try to liberally integrate good analog gear within the digital domain so I can have snapshot automation but have analog girth, you know, to bring the whole rock and roll sound forward. The band trusts that I'm choosing the right gear to match the aesthetic of their records live. And, everybody uses Neve gear to record in some fashion, and Rupert Neve Designs being such a good company, I know I can count on the support and the reliability. The very first piece I ever bought was, the master bus processor, which clearly is a winner. Like, everybody's got to have one. It's kind of like the standard bus compression on your master bus. Primary source enhancers, totally indispensable. I don't know anyone who doesn't covet the primary source enhancers, and there's versions of that by other manufacturers, but none of them seem to quite do what the hardware unit does. Even the plug-in version is awesome as it is, it's still not quite as sensitive as the analog unit, I find. I love to have them spread out on my console digitally, don't get me wrong, but that analog unit has got some magic to it. Being an owner of 535s for so many years and using those religiously, I used those on Patrick's drum bus for My Morning Jacket for many years. So when they came out with the 19-inch rack unit, I jumped all over it and had my vendor buy one immediately. It's the speed, it's the girth, it's the weight, it's the familiarity. It sounds like a 2254, but of course it packs features that doesn't pack, that give us what we need. We're not lopping off the kick drum, when we lean into it. We can, tailor that to taste, and that's what sort of sets it apart from the older pieces. It's a lot quieter. High-pass sidechain filter, that's a huge thing, and the blends is a huge thing. I kind of lean to the side of 100% most of the time with the blend feature. If I change it at all, I back it off usually to about 80%, just giving yourself just a little bit of transparency. Same with the high-pass filter, I like to go up as far as to 200 hertz on that sometimes, just to the point of where you're just barely compressing the kick drum. I find that to be just exactly what you need on a drum bus. Historically, I've struggled with other compressors that would lop off the low end, and this just allows it to breathe perfectly. I would throw it at anything. It can be super hi-fi or it can sound, very vintage. It's really all how you drive it or not drive it. A punchy, fast drum sound that will not only sound aesthetically similar to the records, but give everyone the feeling they're looking for live. The very nature of what we do is to deal with the challenges of a different environment every day. So having gear that you're very familiar with and you can rely on boosts your confidence and helps you reach your goals much easier.